This person didn't just break you, they rebuilt you in ways you didn't ask for. And the truth is, your strongest version was born from your most painful collapse. You remember the moment everything changed, the silence that followed their words, the distance that grew without warning, the realization that something you trusted was no longer safe. At first, it didn't feel like growth. It felt like destruction. You couldn't eat properly. You couldn't sleep the same way. Even your thoughts started turning against you. But something strange happened in that suffering. You started noticing things you never saw before. Patterns, people, behavior, your own reactions. And slowly, without realizing it, your mind began to sharpen, not because the pain disappeared, but because you were forced to understand it. And that's where the real transformation begins, because pain doesn't just break people. It either destroys them, or it rebuilds them into something unrecognizable. And maybe you are still in the middle of that process, still trying to understand why it hurts so much, still wondering if you will ever feel like yourself again. But what if I told you? You are not becoming weaker. You are becoming aware. And awareness is the beginning of a stronger mind. So maybe this wasn't the story of someone who broke you. Maybe this was the story of how your mind was quietly being built. You didn't lose control. You finally saw what you were ignoring. There is a moment in every person's life when illusion collapses. For you, it came through someone you trusted deeply. At first, it felt unfair, confusing, almost unreal. How could someone you gave so much to suddenly become someone you don't recognize? But what you called sudden was actually gradual. Your mind just refused to see it. The emotional shifts, the inconsistent behavior, the subtle disrespect you kept excusing, you saw them. But you didn't process them, because processing them would mean changing what you believed, and humans resist that more than pain itself. Carl Jung once explained that the mind protects illusions until reality becomes unavoidable, and that's exactly what happened. The collapse wasn't the beginning of your suffering, it was the end of your denial. Because once denial breaks, awareness enters, and awareness is uncomfortable. It forces you to question everything. Was I wrong? Did I ignore the signs? Was I too trusting? But those questions are not punishment, they are awakening. Lesson: collapse is not failure, it is the moment truth finally becomes stronger than illusion. It didn't just break your heart, it rewired the way you think forever. After the collapse, something subtle begins to happen inside you. At first, you think you're just hurting, but slowly, you start noticing something deeper. Your thinking changes. You become more observant, more cautious, more aware of people's tone, timing, and behavior. It feels like overthinking, but it's not. It's adaptation. Your mind is trying to prevent the same pain from happening again, because pain is not just emotional, it is educational. Every sleepless night taught you something. Every unanswered message taught you something. Every confusing behavior forced your brain to analyze patterns it once ignored. And that's where transformation quietly begins. You start seeing things you were blind to before, not because the world changed, but because you did. This is the hidden psychology of suffering. Friedrich Nietzsche once said, "That which does not kill us makes us stronger." But what people don't understand is this. It doesn't just make you stronger, it makes you more conscious. You begin to detect emotional inconsistencies faster. You stop romanticizing red flags. You question things you used to accept blindly. And yes, it feels heavy, because awareness always carries weight, but it also gives you something powerful: clarity. Lesson: pain doesn't only break you, it upgrades your perception of reality. You didn't just lose them, you lost the version of you that existed before the truth. There is a strange stage in healing that almost no one talks about. You don't just miss the person. You miss the old version of yourself, the version that believed easily, the version that trusted without hesitation, the version that thought love was enough to keep everything together. That version felt safe, but it was also unaware. And when everything broke, that version of you didn't survive, at least not in the same form. Now you hesitate more, you observe more, you question more, and for a while you think this is damage. But in reality, it is refinement, because life didn't just remove someone from you, it removed blindness from you. You are now becoming someone who sees deeper. Not everyone calls this growth. Some call it trauma, some call it overthinking, some call it emotional damage. But the truth is more complex. It is evolution through pain. Buddha taught that suffering often becomes the doorway to awareness when we stop resisting it. And that is exactly what is happening inside you. You are not going backwards. You are integrating experience into wisdom. The old version of you was open-hearted. The new version of you is open-eyed, and both are part of your story. Lesson: you didn't lose yourself. You evolved into someone who can no longer be deceived the same. You thought you were falling apart, but you were actually being rebuilt. There is a point in every painful story where something quiet changes, not the world outside you, but the way you respond to it. One day you realize you are no longer checking the same messages. You are no longer replaying the same memories. You are no longer asking the same unanswered questions. And it doesn't feel like effort anymore. It feels like distance. That is the moment you start to see the truth. You are not the same person who was broken, because the mind that survives pain does not return to its original form. It adapts. It strengthens in silence. It learns in reflection. It matures in confusion. And without realizing it, you have developed something powerful: emotional intelligence. You can now sense what you couldn't sense before. You can now protect yourself in ways you never knew how to. You can now walk away from what once destroyed you, not because you stopped feeling, but because you started understanding. Marcus Aurelius once said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events." And now, slowly, you begin to live that truth, because what broke you no longer controls you. It becomes a memory, not a wound. And this is where real strength is born, not in avoiding pain, but in becoming someone who no longer collapses because of it. One day, you will look back and realize that person didn't just hurt you, they activated a deeper version of you, a more aware version, a calmer version, a stronger version, and in that realization, something powerful happens. Gratitude replaces resentment, not because it didn't hurt, but because it changed you. Final lesson: you were not destroyed, you were redesigned. So if you are still in the middle of your pain, don't rush to escape it, because what feels like breaking might actually be building. And maybe one day you will understand the person who broke you was also the reason you finally became unbreakable.